after a few days rest, the president is back on the campaign trail. Yeah, campaigning, as I've always said, is very difficult. It is very tiring. It's very it takes a lot out of a man. Yeah, and also you'll remember that always campaigning for a re-election is much harder than the first campaign. Yeah, during the first campaign, President Uhuru Kenyatta didn't have anything else to think about except his campaign. Now he has to run the state, he has to run the country, and at the same time he has to campaign. Not easy. Well, what I wanted to draw your attention to were his remarks yesterday when he was on the campaign trail. Sometimes a politician says too much, yeah, more than really they're willing to say, and they reveal more than actually they should reveal. Yeah, this latest his remarks yesterday were really revealing. Let's just go through them, let's examine them, and then I get my point across. Incidentally, when the president made these particular remarks, he had stopped over in Kikuyu town. Now, the president and his family have a very long and touching history with Kikuyu town. Not very far from where he was speaking is the place called the Church of Scotland. The original, our Kikuyu brothers could not pronounce Scotland, and that's why it was called the Goto land. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Not very far from the first place where Jomo Kenyatta went to get his first basic education, where he trained, he learned how to read and write, which was quite something in those days when Africans couldn't read or write. And then he also learned carpentry. Not very far from where he was making speech. Actually, that's the area where Jomo's life changed. A lot of things happened around that area. So I guess he was really feeling at home. Even if not him as a person, his DNA was really feeling at home. And maybe that's why he got to be so open. Well, he really praised the Deputy President, William Ruto. And he said that unlike other previous coalitions, he thanked the Deputy President for his role in ensuring that the unity remains. That's really what he was saying. Yeah? Because, unity is a two-way thing. Yeah? But the President chose to highlight Deputy President William Ruto's role in keeping the unity. Now, that's very telling. It means that the Deputy President has been under a lot of pressure to abandon this unity. He's been under a lot of pressure to act like the other partners acted during the Grand Coalition government. And it's very interesting, he refers to the Grand Coalition government, because you'll remember the Grand Coalition government had a lot of manenos. And if you can remember, if I can just remind you, all these manenos had started way back in 2002, or 2003 rather, when after the election of Mwai Kibaki as president, with the statement made by Raila Kibaki Tosha, they had a kind of pre-election pact between Raila's LDP at that time and Mwai Kibaki's DP. And there were a lot of things that were agreed on. Yeah? And, the LDP people claim that Kibaki did not honor his side of the bargain. Yes, and that is where all the problems started. And this tension escalated to the 2007 general elections, where Kenyans died. And after those elections, there was a Grand Coalition government. And, of course, these tensions continued in the Grand Coalition government. Okay, so back to the president. About 2 months ago, in my club 1999, I revealed something which was very startling to people at the time. It didn't make sense to people at the time. But as the days wore on and as the weeks wore on, a lot of evidence emerged to prove that what I was saying was absolutely correct. And I was talking about the tensions and the change of body language between the president and his deputy. And one of the things that I highlighted to my club 1999 members was the fact that there was a certain pact, pre-election pact between the president and his deputy that appears to have been broken. Yeah, if you're a club member of your club 1999 member, you can just check in your inbox. I've prepared a document to remind you exactly what the deal was. Yeah, if you're not yet a member, it's very easy to be a member. You can find out how. Yeah, but this is very interesting. Apart from being very revealing and maybe revealing too much, for somebody who can read between the lines and somebody who understands the background well, apart from that, this was on point as far as the campaign is going, because there's growing concern that about the unity within the ruling Jubilee party, the unity between the Kalenjins and the Kikuyus, the unity between the president and his deputy president. There's growing concern that there's not enough cohesion. So going into the final stretch of the campaign, this is definitely something the president would have wanted to correct with the electorate. This is something that the president would have wanted to reassure the voters about. Well, if it was me, I would want to do the same, and I'm sure that's what's happening here. So that's the latest on that campaign. It's interesting that after that rest, the president is launching his campaigns again by going back to his strongholds, or the strongholds of the Jubilee party. Nairobi area, what was covered was mainly Nairobi area and Kiambu region in this latest campaign yesterday. And let us see how this unfolds. Of course, I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you updated as always. Maybe let me throw a small nugget before I leave. You know, one of the things about the president is that really at heart he's a nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy. You know, I think to be a really good politician, you need to be a bad guy. Yeah, let me just explain. You need to be ruthless. You need not to have any feelings. Things should not get to you, and so on and so forth. But one thing about the president is that at heart he's really a nice guy. Yeah, and when things go wrong, when he's forced to go in some certain directions, you can see clearly he's uncomfortable. Yeah, and this is one of the things about the pact made between him and the deputy president. Yeah, I know that NASA guys and ODM guys will be all over me this time, and they'll say that this is evidence finally that I'm supporting Jubilee. No, I'm not supporting Jubilee. I'm talking politics, and I'm talking about a politician who happens to be the president of the Republic of Kenya. Yeah, and I'm not going to be hindered by what people think, but that's really what it is for you. And you'll notice even over the last few months and weeks, the body language between the two has changed. I mean, just go and do your own independent. Be observant. Check carefully the body language between the two, and you'll see it has completely changed to what it was before over the last 4 years. Yeah, I agree with the president in that the two have been very close, and this has helped the ruling party do a lot of things very quickly. And of course, the truth is that the two have been ruling like co-presidents until late last year, when something changed dramatically. Yeah, but that's what it is. I think, I hope that Kenyans will never ever have a bad guy as a president, because the ruthless guys can really cause damage. Anyway, that's it for now, folks. Thank you very much. This is Chris Kumekucha. Till next time. Bye.